All right, let's be honest. Are you a no-limit hold'em player? And maybe, just maybe, the game's gotten a little predictable. A little stale? Well, if that's you, then you are in for a treat. We're about to jump headfirst into the super action-packed world of short deck poker. This is the game that's basically designed to inject a massive shot of adrenaline right back into your poker nights.
Yeah, this quote right here, it absolutely nails it. Short deck makes poker feel fresh again. It's also called 6+ Hold'em, and trust me, it's all about one thing, action. We're talking bigger pots, more interesting hands, and brand new strategic puzzles to solve. It's the perfect way to really test your skills and, feel that poker buzz again.
So, what's the deal with short deck? It's actually super simple. You just take a regular deck of cards, and you literally pull out all the 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Gone. That leaves you with a 36-card deck. And here's another big twist. Most games get rid of the blinds. Instead, everybody puts in an ante. What does that do? It makes the pot juicy from the very first second.
Okay, so here's our game plan. Over the next few minutes, we're going to cover everything you need to hit the ground running. We'll look at the new rules you got to know, a solid pre-flop blueprint to keep you out of trouble, how to handle the action post-flop, and then a quick checklist for your very first session. Simple as that.
All right, let's dive in. First things first, we have to talk about the rule changes. And I mean, these are changes that are going to completely flip how you think about hand values. Seriously, this is the #1 spot where experienced hold'em players get tripped up.
Pay attention here, because this is probably the single most important thing you need to know. Before you even think about playing, you have to confirm the hand rankings. In most classic short deck games, a flush beats a full house. Yeah, you heard that right. A flush beats a boat. Now, why is that? Well, think about it. With fewer cards in each suit, it's just mathematically harder to make a flush. So my advice, always double-check the house rules on this before you play a single hand.
And here's another little wrinkle that catches so many people by surprise. Since we've tossed out all the 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, what's the lowest straight you can make? Well, it's ace, 6, 7, 8, 9. The ace kind of steps in and acts like the 5 would. So that's your new wheel. Don't be the person who misses that. Okay, so you've got the basic rules down. Now let's build your pre-flop game plan. Think of these next 6 rules as your foundational toolkit for making really smart decisions before you even see a flop. So this is it, your pre-flop cheat sheet. Some things stay the same, right? Position is still king, and your big premium hands are obviously still good, but their edge isn't quite as huge. The real adjustments, the big mental shifts, are going to be things like understanding that limping is okay, that suited connectors are suddenly rock stars, that offsuit junk gets even junkier, and that you want to keep your 3-betting ranges nice and tight. Let's actually zoom in on the 2 biggest changes right now. Okay, rule number 2, limping is a tool, not a leak. Now, in modern hold'em, if you limp, you're practically screaming, "I'm a beginner," right? Well, in short deck, you got to throw that thinking out the window. It's a totally legitimate tool here. Why? Because with everyone posting an ante, you're getting amazing pot odds to see a flop. The pots are almost always going to be multi-way, so limping in with hands that play well with others is a huge part of the strategy.
And this one's a biggie. Hand values just get turned on their head. With all those low cards gone, your chances of making a straight go way up. And what does that mean? It means that suited connectors, we're talking hands like Jack-10 suited or Queen-Jack suited, they become absolute monsters. These are not just speculative hands anymore. In short deck, they are premium, top-tier holdings.
All right, you've navigated pre-flop, you've made it to the flop. Now, this is where things get really wild. The boards in short deck are just ridiculously connected. You'll see straight draws and flush draws everywhere, which means your simple one-pair hands are suddenly way more vulnerable than you're used to.
So, what's the golden rule for post-flop? It's this. A pair plus a draw is your new best friend. Seriously, if you take away just one thing about playing after the flop, let it be this. Just having one pair is often not going to cut it. But if you have a pair and a straight draw, or a pair and a flush draw, now you're talking. Those combo draws are absolute powerhouses, and they're how you're going to win the monster pots in this game. Let's talk bet sizing. When you see a really dynamic, connected board, like say a Queen 10-9 flop, it feels like everybody has a piece of it, right? And they probably do. Equities run super close. So in these spots, you don't need to go blasting away with huge bets. A much smaller bet, maybe around 1/4 to 1/3 of the pot, is often the way to go. It gets value, but it keeps the pot from getting out of control. Okay, let's put this into practice. Let's walk through a super common spot. Imagine the pot's been limped to you a few times, you're sitting in the cutoff, and you look down at a really nice connected hand. What's the plan? What's going through your head?
Okay, so let's say your hand is Jack 10 of hearts. You decide to limp along. The flop comes down, Queen of spades, 10 of diamonds, 8 of spades. Boom, you've got second pair plus an open-ended straight draw. This is exactly what we were talking about, that classic pair plus draw monster. So what do? The play here is to bet small. You're getting value and protecting your hand a bit. And if someone raises you, you are definitely not folding. Just think about all the cards that help you on the turn. Any 9, king, or ace gives you the straight. You have so much equity, you can just call and see what the next card brings.
All right, we're almost there. To wrap this all up, let's run through a quick checklist. Think of this as your final pre-flight inspection before you jump into your first game. This will help you steer clear of the most common and definitely the most expensive rookie mistakes.
Okay, so let's recap those big pitfalls. Number 1, don't treat this like regular hold'em by overvaluing one-pair hands. They're just not that strong here. 2, don't feel like you have to punish every single limper by raising. Remember, limping is part of the game. 3, don't overvalue weak flushes, especially if you're in a game where a full house beats a flush. And finally, the big one, the do. Absolutely positively confirm the hand rankings before you put a single chip in the pot.
And hey, one last little pro tip for you. When you're just getting started, your table selection is going to be huge. You want to look for games where players are pretty passive, where there's a lot of limping, and where you see people showing down really weak one-pair hands. Those are the perfect tables to practice this new strategy and really build up your confidence without getting run over.
And there you have it. That's the blueprint. You now have all the fundamental tools you need to sit down at a short neck table and feel confident. You know the key rule changes, you've got the pre-flop adjustments, you understand the post-flop mentality, so really there's only one question left. Are you ready to get in there and embrace the action?
Visit bluffingmonkeys.com and start a live chat to join a poker club now.
bluffingmonkeys.com